name is Connor.
My name is Ash.
And today we're gonna talk a bit about some of the games we've been playing lately that we want to we've got stuff on our chest that we want to
Get off
express.
our chest.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Alright. Well, I think you should start because you've been talking my penis off about a game you got for Christmas.
Yep. It's a game that I wanted to buy myself for months and months, but I don't know why I didn't do it.
I've had my eye on it for ages, but the reason I haven't got it is because the price has stayed like full price since it came out.
Yeah, well, when I saw it was like 30 quid, and then just before Christmas it shot to like £43 for some reason. But yeah, I've been wanting to get it for a few months, and for some reason I just never got around to doing it. Either a different game caught my eye, or I don't know, for whatever reason. So when it came to Christmas, Mum was struggling to buy me a gift, and I was like, here's a list of games that I'm interested in. This one in particular is the one I'm most interested in.
Yeah.
I didn't think she'd get it. I thought she'd get me like Call of Duty, because she was talking about the Call of Duty trailer on TV.
Yeah.
She saw it recently, so I was like, she's probably gonna get me Call of Duty. Fair enough, you know. I want to play it for the campaign. Apparently, it's got a really good level on it.
One level.
Yeah. I also want to see what's new about the multiplayer. I really like the World at War multiplayer. It was really nice. You know, the whole World War II era stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she didn't get me that. She got me Nier Automata, which
was it not Automata?
Automata.
Don't matter, I guess.
It's a Nier game, which I played the other Nier. I don't know if it was Gestalt or there's Nier Gestalt and there's like another version of it. I don't know if it's just.
I didn't even know there was that many.
Well, yeah. This Nier is like a kind of a sequel to that one,
right?
But it's like set quite a lot of time after that one.
Okay.
But I think there's like different region versions of the first Nier. There's like Nier Gestalt and then Nier something else. I forgot the name. I don't know which one I played. I honestly can't remember. But I think they've got different endings depending on it. And this Nier follows on from one of those endings.
Okay.
But before fucking Nier even came out, mate, it was a series called Drakengard.
Right.
I never played. But apparently, in one of the endings for one of the Drakengard games, this like goddess or something like that gets teleported into modern day Tokyo in our universe.
Right.
And this guy who's like, you know, the hero of the story or something like that ends up killing her. And because she's like gigantic, like the skyscraper size, she like obviously she dies, and her body like turns into fucking ash and starts spreading out everywhere. And it infects humans with like the goddess gene thing, whatever, and obviously it's not compatible with humans.
Right.
And so it ends up like really killing them off and stuff. And I think it's called the white chlorination syndrome. It's amazing. Basically, it turns people white, and then I think like they turn into ash themselves or something stupid. And so the first Nier is set sometime after that.
Right. Jesus.
Right. And then obviously this Nier is set like hundreds of years or even longer after that Nier. And so you take control of an android called 2B.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll address the elephant in the room. She has a really nice bum.
Yeah, I remember first time we were sort of hearing about the game, it was getting a lot of shit about like her having such a like perfectly sculpted ass and then it always being visible. Like
it's not.
She has a very revealing outfit, and
it's not
certain
always
motions will.
Yeah, it's not always visible.
Yeah.
But like when you run, in fact, for some reason the camera's always like as low to the ground as you can get. When you're running, you just get like a cheeky, a cheek every now and then. When you double jump and everything, she does like a flip, and so you see a bum there or whatever. It was really funny. Is there's a trophy for trying to look up a skirt, so you just got to like angle the camera so you can kind of see up it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then after like a few seconds, she'll get annoyed and she'll turn around and swat your camera over. And you have to do that 10 times for a trophy.
Yeah, when that was happening, everyone was like, "Oh, you're such a pervert" and all this. Like director of the team or whatever,
Yeah.
was really defending it on Twitter, and it was like, if you've done any Rule 34 of 2B, send it to me. I really want to see it and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so he ended up getting like a massive fucking RAR file on Twitter sent to him of all like the Rule 34 and shit of 2B. It's a good response though. It's like, fuck off, mate. It's our idea. It's it's our fucking property.
Yeah,
we'll do what the fuck we want. But it ended up being really good, and so yeah, you do see her bum quite a bit. And right, there's a bit of fan service in the game. If you hold down the thumbsticks, she'll self-destruct. She doesn't properly blow up, but like a big fucking shockwave emanates from her, and her dress is ripped off. So all she's got left on is like the upper half of her dress. I don't think it's connected to the bottom half.
Yeah.
And then they have like this white like swimsuit type thing on.
Yeah,
which goes right between her ass crack.
Yeah, you showed me a screenshot.
Yeah, I didn't know what we were going to do with that. I just right at the beginning of the game, it asks you to, if you want to turn on self-destruct, and I was like, okay. It didn't say what it did, right? And then like, I don't know, maybe 15 hours into the game, I was in the middle of the desert, and I was like, oh yeah, well that self-destruct thing, like, I wonder what happens. And I was trying all these button combinations out, trying to get it done, and I just clicked the thumbsticks in, and it started saying self-destruct, and I thought I'd doing something wrong at first. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then I was like, oh wait, that's it. Held it down for like 2 seconds, mate. She exploded, and she was walking around fine, and I was like, what? Well, not fine, but she was limping. And then I just looked at her bum and I was like, oh, dress is gone. What's funny though is you're accompanied by another android, a male android called 9S, and his shorts get blown off as well. So they're just like a half-naked 2B and a half-naked 9S just wandering around the desert.
Do you lose any like defense for not having?
Not really. Like, because obviously in the game you can't really change outfits. There's no like outfit system really.
Yeah.
I think after your third playthrough you get a second outfit for 2B.
Right.
I think that was like the only outfit in the entire game until the DLC came out.
Right.
And in I've got the DLC, and I've like pretty much done it all with the DLC. I haven't finished the game yet. I'm on my like third playthrough.
Yeah.
But I got to max level because I fucking blasted the shit out of the game. I loved it. And I've done the DLC missions, and from the DLC missions you get an outfit for each character. And for 2B you get one called Revealing Outfit. You didn't play the first Nier, but there's a character in it called everyone calls her Kane, but it's Japanese, so it's probably like Kaine or something like that.
Right. Okay.
And she wears like this blue sort of like camisole thing, and like that's pretty much it. And you can get that for 2B. I'll pull up a picture of it while I'm discussing thingy. And for 9S you get something called like Gentleman's Outfit, and it's like it really annoys me that he's always wearing shorts. And a gentleman's outfit has shorts. I'm like, what gentleman would be showing his fucking knees off?
A gentleman must never show his knees.
Yeah, and there's another third character you get to play as in the third playthrough, A2. She's like the prototype android for 2B or something like that.
Right.
And she gets it's called the Destroyer outfit, which is the outfit for the guy who ended up killing the goddess in the in modern day Tokyo or something like that. Yeah, that's the outfit.
Oh, right, okay. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just a lacy nightgown, isn't it? Wow. It's just lingerie, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. But that's a character called Kane. Oh, by the way, climbing up ladders in this game is fucking dope. Yeah, so it's basically Kane's outfit. And then, yeah, for A2 she gets the Destroyer of the World's outfit or something like that.
Right, I see.
And that's pretty much the only outfits in the entire game that you can get, I think.
Oh, it's a bit like Final Fantasy 15 then. There's this outfit section, and you just stare at it the whole game, like, when am I going to get a new outfit? Because they've got proper goofy, like, black leather vests on and shit like that, and you don't really get another outfit until they grow up, and then they've got, like, grown men outfits.
Right.
So,
okay.
And there's a couple of DLC ones and stuff, but... Like, you can pay to download casual clothes for all the characters. It's only like £1.69 or something like that. But all it does is hit your stats down. Like, there's no actual benefit to paying to use them. So
yeah. I'm hoping they do a sequel Nier Automata because
well, if it did that well, you'd be a fool not to, really, wouldn't you?
I don't know if it's done well though. Like, people I've talked to about it, they've been really excited about it, and
Yeah.
they're really die-hard fans. But then there's like other people I've never heard of it before, or just sacked it off as some Japanese bullshit.
Yeah.
But if they do a sequel for it, I hope like there's more like outfit choices and stuff like that, not just like super skimpy revealing stuff, but like I don't know, maybe more coverage. Because there is outfits in the game that cover the whole body, right? There's like a battle outfit or something like that, battle uniform, and it covers the whole body, but you only get to play in that for a short bit.
I see.
And then you're on your third playthrough, basically.
All right.
But yeah, the game is really surprising. The combat system, it wasn't as challenging as I was expecting it to be, because it's developed by Platinum Games,
right? Okay.
And you know what they're like for challenging combat and that. But it was really satisfying running circles around enemies, holding R1 so that your pod's constantly blasting them with bullets. And then you dodge one guy and you press square as 2B, and she like does a little flurry of a sword, and then she goes up, like thrusts up into the sky, and then they come up and you can like continue your combo and whatnot.
That sounds satisfying.
Yeah. It seems to be like there's a lot of weapons in it as well, maybe. Well, not a lot, but like more weapons than there are outfits.
Right.
I think I've got maybe like 12, maybe, I don't know, between 12 or 14 weapons, and I think I'm at like maybe 60% completed on the collection of them.
Wow.
You can obviously upgrade them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised because I was just expecting to run around constantly beating up robots and just, fucking them off, basically. But then, like, you start doing side quests and, you progress with the story. And, like, the robots you end up fucking thinking, like, well, I'm not going to kill that robot. It's not attacking me. I'll just leave it, It's basically, right, they should have called it Sad Robots, because that's basically what it is. You go to an amusement park, which, by the way, that's the whole section of that game just blew me away. Like, I wasn't expecting a fucking amusement park in that game, and then it was filled with robots dressed up like jesters and stuff.
Right.
And they're not attacking you. They're all friendly and whatnot. But you get to you have to go on this fucking roller coaster, by the way, to get to the main room. And then you get to like the boss room basically, and there's this fucking robot, big fucking female robot thing, and she's just constantly screaming like, "Need to be more beautiful" or something like that. And she's got all these android corpses that she's like stapled to herself and stuff like that. Oh my god! And you fight her in your first playthrough. You fight her like, well, she's a crazy bitch. But then like on your second playthrough, you play as 9S, and he's not a combat model. He's like a scout model, so you can hack and stuff like that. And part of him, when you're playing through the first playthrough, he'll constantly saying shit like, "Hang on, I'll hack him so you can get damage him and stuff." And in the second playthrough, because you're playing from his point of view, it's the exact same storyline. But when he shouts, "I'll hack them," you have to do the hacking and then beat him up. And when I did the hacking on that boss battle, the female robot story was like really depressing. There's this male robot that she's like in love with, but he's not interested in her. So she starts researching on human culture and whatnot, and finds out that to be loved you need to be beautiful, and like she finds out the definition of beauty and stuff like that. So she goes away on a little quest, finds herself all these things to make herself more beautiful, comes back, but still doesn't give a shit. And she does this a few times until eventually she ends up being the boss of that little section.
Right.
And it was just fucking depressing as shit, man.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah. Apparently it's typical of the guy who wrote and directed the game. I forgot his name. Apparently it's typical of him to make you question your own fucking choices and stuff while you're playing the game. Yeah. Instead of just questioning the game, you question yourself as well. Yeah. And I did find myself doing that like a few times. On my second playthrough, I set 2B as aggressive. You can change their AI so they can be like balanced, aggressive, or like timid and stuff like that. And I teleported to the fucking amusement park, and as soon as I step out of the little fucking teleporting thing, which is a vending machine, right? But I think how they explain it in the game is your android body goes in and it just transfers your consciousness to another android body somewhere else in the world, and then you carry on. So I stepped out of there, and then fucking I just hear this gunfire. I turn around, 2B's fucking up all these these robots that aren't attacking us. They're all friendly, and I'm like, And I was like, right, I'm not going to put on aggressive anymore. I'm just gonna balance. I don't want her just to kill robots that that are attacking us because that's just not fair.
You probably get XP from it or something.
No, yeah, you do. But it's just there's plenty of other things you can. Like when you kill an enemy, it doesn't despawn forever.
Yeah.
I found a place where it's in the desert. So I think it's one of the like first real boss fights after obviously the tutorial sections and that. You fight this guy who's also like an android, but not an android how you are. Like
yeah.
And when you go back there later, there's 2 gigantic fucking robots, and like maybe 8 other smaller robots that constantly spawn there. They just jump up out of the sand when it's time to respawn.
Yeah.
What's funny as well is in that area, in that same place, there's like 4 robots that don't have arms, right? And they just blink red because they've got lights on their head. They run towards you and they blow up, but while they run towards you, they're screaming. And I was like, man, this is totally like Furious Sam.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just in there for ages, just killing them, just for fun. And then I was like, mate, I'm level 65 already. I went there at like level 40 or something. But yeah, and obviously, when I finished my second playthrough, I was like, I want to play it again. All right. So I loaded back my save back up, and I went to get all the endings and everything, because there's like one for every letter of the alphabet. And then a different story started up. It was like there's a 3rd playthrough, and I was just like, wow, that's amazing that I've put fucking like 50 hours into it already. And when I started up again, there's still more story behind.
Yeah,
it's just I like it.
Are there some endings you can only get in certain playthroughs?
Yeah, I assume so. They were tied to like different characters and whatnot. Yeah. And like there's only I think 4 actual real like endings with like cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
The rest of them are all just like fail states.
And traps and stuff.
Yeah, like you get given a quest by this douchebag to eat a fish. She wants to know where it does to an android's body, and I was like, oh cool, okay, I'll do that. I ate the fish, and it was just like, game over, you're dead. I was like, shit.
It's like ending K or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. And then another ending I got, I was like, I wonder what happens if I fucking self-detonate on the space station, which is like the command center. And then it was all like, the fucking space station blew up, but it looked really pretty from the surface. Game over. I'm sure there was another one as well that I got. I can't remember. Oh yeah, you can like you get these chips, you know, like CPU sort of type chip things. And they all have different stats. Like some will be weapon attack up +6, something like that. The +6 is just the tier of that chip, and I think the most you can go is +8, which is like the highest tier of that chip. And you get like I forgot, it's like 128. I think you got like 128 amount of points for these chips, so you can stack up loads of weapon attack up fucking chips, as long as you don't exceed 128 or the max limit for how much you can stack. Right. And that's basically like your I won't say skills or anything, but like your upgrades and that. But right, there's loads for like OS chips as well. So if you don't want the fucking minimap up, you can unplug the minimap chip, stuff like that, and you can get more. You can get one that shows you fishing spots and all sorts like that.
Oh, right, that's cool.
And they only take I think they take up 4 points or something like that. So like they're really small.
Right.
But there's one that said OS chip, and I was like, I'll unplug that, see what happens. Yeah, game ended. So it was really fun. I'm gonna look out all the like different ways you can get endings and stuff and get them all. So I'm gonna get the platinum. Just might take a while.
You've made me really want to get it. Like I already wanted to get it, but we haven't properly talked about it, and it just sounds really dope.
It's really fun. My first playthrough I played with English voices, and then my second playthrough I played with Japanese voices. That
happened with Final Fantasy 15 for me.
I don't know which one I prefer, because like English voices is convenient. It's not a bad dub at all by any stretch of the imagination, and obviously I can be doing other things or like get distracted for a second but still hear what they're talking about. Whereas with the Japanese, I've got to be constantly reading the screen, and if I need to look away for any sort of split second, I might miss what just happened. But obviously, it might be because I used to be a massive weeb in my teenage years, but I do appreciate and like prefer the Japanese subtitles more than English ones.
I do as well, but I don't know if it's because I used to watch anime and stuff like that. I think it's just because Japanese storytelling tends to, especially dialogue, tends to be more dramatic, and it's a little hard to.
There's some that gets lost in translation.
Yeah, exactly. But because we're so used to hearing that in the Japanese language from anime and stuff like that, it's not as jarring when you hear it in Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more comfortable experience if you like. I did it with Zelda, Breath of the Wild, changed it to Japanese.
Not done that with Zelda because like there's not so many times where there's a dialogue. A lot of it you got to read.
Zelda's voice actor is way better in Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's actually British or anything like that, but she sounds really fake.
Yeah.
Link, go to the place on Yoshika's fate.
Rivali's voice is funny because you can tell even in a different language he's a twat.
Yeah, fucking yeah, I would definitely recommend getting Nier Automata or Automata.
Yeah,
I can't believe I waited so long in that year to get it, because I reckon if I'd have got it earlier in the year, it would have been pretty difficult choosing my top game of the year.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've been playing Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn and then Nier as well. I'd be like, I just can't choose.
Yeah. So I think last time we talked about games, I was talking about Ultra Sun and Moon.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I was playing Ultra Moon. I got to the post game stuff, and I think if you remember, I was saying I expected it to be a bit of a more different game. Well, the post game stuff, there's loads to do, and it's all like not completely different, but there's a lot of new stuff. Like there's one thing where you can get on a legendary Pokemon, go through a wormhole, travel through this like Doctor Who type tunnel thing, and there's wormholes that pop up everywhere, and depending on how they look, there's a rarer Pokemon inside. And according to the game, you can get every single legendary Pokemon by doing this. But I highly doubt Mew's in there. And it's just a bit of a pain in the ass. Like, because they'll let you just control it normally. Like, you have to do gyroscope controls.
Oh, right.
Which is extremely extra frustrating when I'm playing it on the bus, which is where I'm most likely playing my 3DS. Because if the bus turns a corner, suddenly my controls are all fucked up and I have to reset it. But they did this really cool thing, which I think I already mentioned before, but I hadn't experienced it, which was Team Rainbow Rocket.
Yeah.
So what happens is Team Rocket comes from a different dimension. And in that dimension, they beat Ash or Red or whoever. Giovanni is the ruler of the world there. And,
wow.
And he comes to the current universe and takes over this scientific research facility type thing, which is the central point of the story of the game. But with him, he's brought villains from like team leaders, the same level as Giovanni is, from other villain teams from other games. So Team Magma, Team Aqua, Team Galactic, Team Flare, all of them. It brings them with him. So you've got this like big castle, and you've got to work your way through. So you start with like Team Aqua or Magma, and then you beat the other one. And then it lets you go through and beat Galactic, and then Flare, and then you go through and you beat Giovanni. And there's so many characters, like grunts, to fight on the way. And they remastered the Team Rocket music, which sounds so good. They've done like a remix of it, it's really cool. But just doing that was probably the most fun I've had in a Pokemon game. Just that like
ever, or for a long time?
No, yeah, seriously, like ever.
Oh.
It was the most fun thing, like having this team that was strong enough to go through it all as well. And like I had to break halfway because one of the bosses beat me.
Right.
And trained for a bit and then came back and did it.
Wow.
It was just really fun. Yeah, I'm really glad to put that in because...
Yeah, I might have to pick that up now if you've said it's the best one you've played.
Yeah.
It might be the same with what happened with Zelda. Not like I didn't like the other Zeldas, but then I barely even played them, and then Breath of the Wild came out, and I was like, yep, yeah. I'm a Zelda fanboy.
Other than that, like, I decided, I'm going to try and finish the Pokédex, which I've talked about before. Like 100% in it is just ridiculous. It's impossible nowadays. But on Ultra Sun and Moon, they've split it into a Pokedex per island because you're on an archipelago. So I was doing that for a while and I got quite far. Like, I think the first island, which is Melee Island, I nearly 100%ed that island. But then I was just sorting through my box on the computer one day, and I was like, okay, this one needs to be traded, this one needs a special item, and to get that item I've got to fight this Pokemon, but get it to cry for help, and then catch the Pokemon that it calls for help, because it's got a 5% chance of having the item I need to evolve this Pokemon. And I was like, no, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. It's ridiculous.
Well,
so to fill the void of playing something on my 3DS, while I was away, I got Monster Hunter Stories.
Yeah.
Because I heard it was like Pokemon but with Monster Hunter monsters, which are all really cool. So it's about this small sect of people in the Monster Hunter universe that instead of hunting monsters, they tame them. They're called monster riders, but they don't. You can't just find a monster and tame it. You've got to find a nest, or if you fight a monster and you want to get its nest, you hit it with a paintball, which increases its chances of it fleeing. And if it flees, it'll go to its nest. And then when you're in a monster nest, you can get an egg, and then you can hatch the egg and then tame the monster that comes from the egg.
All right.
And like different monsters have different abilities in the field. Like sometimes you'll need to swim, so you'll need a monster that can swim. Or there's a few you can get late on in the game that can fly, so you can just be like, oh fuck this, I'm not walking over there, and just like take up off the ground and fly to where you're going, which is really.
Is there a Monster Hunter game where you have to breed them?
No.
They should totally make a Monster Hunter breeder game.
Why?
Because it'd be awesome breeding, like making these different like monster combinations from breeding a whatever, and then selling the fucking egg and all that. That'd be dope.
There's something similar to that you can actually do. If you get a monster egg and it's a monster you've already got, or you don't want it, or it's just a shit genetic makeup, because you can see this like bingo card with 9 slots, and each slot has a gene in it.
Right.
And that gene will give them an ability or boost defense or boost resistance to fire or water attacks or whatever. And if you get 3 of those in a row, that's a bingo, and you get an extra boost. So obviously if you fill a whole card with genes, your monster will be just massively overpowered. Like I'm at the point now where I can get rarity 6 or 7. I think it's rarity 7 monsters on my team, but I've still got a rarity 3 monster on my team, which has so many genes on it that it's just massively overpowered and it just beats everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like the more I played the game, the more it sort of took itself away from the like reviewers saying that it was just a Pokemon game, but with Monster Hunter. Yeah. The story is a lot more involved than a Pokemon game. Like I didn't really realize it till I started playing Monster Hunter, but like Pokemon always has such like a kind of boring story.
I wouldn't know.
Like the mechanic rules of the game basically. Yeah. You're playing it to play with the mechanic, to enjoy the mechanic, not really for the story. The characters don't bring you there or anything. But this one, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world. There's loads of characters to meet with different personalities, and which is, you know, one of the things that takes it away from being a Pokemon game. But also, like Pokemon games, you've got, I don't even fucking know, like 14 different types, and all those types have different weaknesses and strengths towards the other types and stuff like that. And they really simplified that in Monster Hunter to just be like a rock, paper, scissors type thing. So tactics beats speed, and speed beats power, but power beats tactics.
Right.
So you can choose if you want to do a tactical attack, a speed attack, or a power attack every time. And if a monster decides to attack you in the same turn that you attack it, you'll get a head-to-head instead, and you'll do extra damage if the attack that you chose beats the attack that they chose,
Right.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, like a unique little battle system. It just kind of goes to show that, like I said, Pokemon games are just their mechanics, but if the game is stripped down to some basic mechanics, and you throw in a few more gimmicks, you can make it, to be fair, a better game.
Yeah. Since we're talking about games, though, what was your personal game of the year for 2017?
I think we might have said this, but Horizon.
Was it?
Yeah.
I figured it would be.
Well, it was going to be either Zelda or Horizon, but I found myself more impressed with Horizon, I guess.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, I keep going back and forth on it, but like, I think maybe I might finally just settle on Zelda and live with it, because Zelda did impress me a lot and it was unexpected. Blew me away.
Yeah.
And now I want to play the other Zelda games, even the ones that are technically the bad games.
Yeah. I keep going through phases of that, like where I'm like, oh, I'm going to play every Zelda game, and like, I remember once I was emulating Ocarina of Time on my phone, and just trying to play through that, and like the controls in Ocarina of Time were already bad enough without you trying to do it with touchscreen controls. But yeah, I usually just give up. There's some that every time I start playing them, I always finish playing them, and that's Link to the Past, Minish Cap. I don't know why, but I really like Minish Cap.
Yeah, this is a weird name.
And Wind Waker's my favourite, but I never actually finish it.
I've heard that Wind Waker wasn't too good.
I think I only like it because of how it looks, because it must mean something that I never actually finish it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really pretty, but I heard people didn't like it because they're like islands, they're like their own little hub zone things, and it's not like open, and I think that's what people didn't like about it.
Yeah.
It's like you're on the sea, you expect to be able to just sail somewhere, jump out of the boat, do whatever, and then come back, but you just have to hit a loading screen and something like that. I don't know. Plus, people have always been complaining that they're too linear now. Or were too linear. Yeah,
they were very... Yeah, that's one of the weirdest things about Wind Waker, is that it gives you this huge open ocean with all these different choices of islands to go to, but there's a set path that you're supposed to take.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Is Wind Waker the one as well where they absolutely just gave the fuck up when it came to the dungeon designs?
I'm not sure.
I've been watching... There's a YouTuber I watch called Game Maker's Toolkit.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a few of those videos.
Really good videos. I recommend anyone to watch
them. They are very good.
If they're interested in how games, like game design philosophies and stuff like that, it's definitely worth checking out. And he did a series on, called it Boss Keys. It was about Zelda's dungeons.
Yeah.
And some of the ideas I had, like in the early days of Zelda as well, for like dungeon designs and stuff like that, and mechanics were amazing. And I think maybe he'd said, like he'd pointed out how, I don't know if it was Wind Waker or I'm sure it was one of the 3D games though. Like for some reason they just didn't do as good a job on the dungeons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe it was Wind Waker, but I'm gonna play them all anyway. Like, it might be my opinion that I do like Wind Waker and all the other ones. You know, maybe I don't like the first one. Who knows?
Like I said, I think Wind Waker is probably only my favourite because that's one of my all-time favourite like visual styles for a game.
Yeah.
Especially around that time as well, because during that time everybody was trying to make a realistic looking game on like GameCube and PS2. It's not going to work. Doesn't, unless you do something like what Mortal Kombat used to do when they
I don't know,
used
a lot of really
flat images.
Decent graphics on PS2. Shadow of the Colossus was fucking phenomenal. It still looks pretty...
Yeah, but it was stylized to sort of fit the limitations of the console. But like there were a lot of games, like I don't know if you ever played a Turok game.
Yeah.
They always try to do these super realistic textures, but on really low res models, and it just never looked good.
No, I don't think Shadow of the Colossus was that stylized. Like the little boy used to look like a boy and all that. Like he didn't have a gigantic head or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even if you look at that game now and you think this was running on the PlayStation 2, like Jesus fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of which, have you seen the latest videos and screenshots from the remake they're doing?
I saw one video.
Mate,
I heard they're going to do it in VR. How would that work in VR?
Are they? I don't know. But I saw do you know how IGN do those graphics comparisons?
Yeah.
They did that with
right.
the PlayStation 2 version, the slightly remastered
PlayStation 3
version, and then the
fully remastered
PlayStation 4 version. And the fucking PlayStation 4 version looks beautiful, mate.
It does look so good.
The draw distance is massive, and it's just... It comes out in like less than 6 weeks now, I think.
No way.
Yeah.
What? How is it that soon?
I know, right?
How have they done that? What the fuck?
Because I absolutely love Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
And I can't remember what happened to my copy, right? But I was looking a few years ago at getting a new copy, and they're so expensive.
You've got my PS3. It's got it installed on it still.
I know. I don't need it though. I don't know how I'm going to get the PlayStation 4.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I want to play Eco though. I really like Eco.
I don't have Eco. I didn't get the...
I know, but my account does.
Oh, right, I see.
Good game, Eco.
Yeah, I've never played that. We've talked about it before, though.
Yeah, I know.
About how it was like kind of hand-holdy and stuff.
When we're doing this reading, when am I doing this reading?
You know what? Let's do the reading.
Yeah.
So, I've already got the page up for you.
Okay.
So, commencing now...
God.
Ash is breaking the table.
I'm not breaking the table.
Commencing now, we're gonna do our My Immortal segment. Usually I read it. For the past like 5 or 6 maybe episodes I've been reading this segment.
Yep.
But this time, Ash is going to take over. There are 4 chapters on this page.
Right.
Starting with chapter 21. I haven't... Do you remember what happened last time?
No, it was so awful, mate.
It was so hard for me to read. It's not my problem anymore.
Alright, chapter 21 did you say?
Yeah.
Author note. Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelled wrong, okay? Cause that big raven...
What thought they were friends again?
Cause it fuck you preps.
Oh.
Whoops, soz raven, thanks for da help.
What the fuck?
By the way, BTW. Transylvania rocks Hrad.
Rad.
Hrad. Even got to go to that castle where Dracula was filmed. Dracula.
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 That's what she calls naval. Dracula.
Is it? Later we all went in the skull. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice.
What's a gothic voice?
This is a gothic voice. Draco, are you okay?
Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe you've done this. No, I am not, you fucking bitch.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, she put the letter U for you, but wow. Im's even got a fucking thingy in it, apostrophe.
Whoa.
He shouted angrily. Wait, is Raven... This is Raven, right? Not, is it Raven? What's her friend called?
Willow?
Willow? I don't fucking know. He started to run out of the place in a suicidal way.
Oh my god.
He's just slitting his wrists as he's running down the corridor.
Just tying a noose around his neck as he runs out.
Swallowing handfuls of pills. I started to cry because I was afraid he would commit suicide. It's okay, Inobe, said Vampire comfortably.
Comfortably?
Yes.
I was going to correct you then, but then I forgot.
Yeah. I'll make him feel better. You mean you'll go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come, he began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophone, if you're a homophone, then fuck off. And then, ... we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invisibility coke.
Coke?
I'm not kidding, mate. Coke. Spelled C-O-K-E.
What the fuck?
We both gut under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris. That's
It's
Norris.
because Mrs. Norris.
Mrs. Norris. He's married to his cat.
Mr. Norris.
Shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw filth coming.
Oh, we are in trouble.
He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. So when she said, when they saw Mr. Norris, she meant Mrs. Norris.
Okay.
And then filth is obviously filch. So she doesn't know the cat's a female, so she's saying the cat's a he, and it went under the cloak and started meowing.
Okay.
Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. That's just completely fucked up my theory.
What's going on?
I don't know. No, fuck you, you preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch. Vampire's head under his breast in a disgusting...
Under his breast?
Under his breast?
No, fuck you.
Is anyone there? No! Go away! Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow.
Oh no! Fuck. She's mixed the names up.
Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? Yeah. It's an invisibility cloak, why does...
What the fuck?
Is there anybody under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded, and then...
Filth nodded! The cat nodded!
Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. One. What the? He yelled, but it was too late. Oh, so no, like, what's going on here, motherfuckers? He yelled, but it was too late, because now we were running away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess, though, Draco wept. We went back to our coffins, Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid.
What's that?
It's a movie.
Is it a good movie?
Sea isn't depressing.
What?
I don't know. On the gothic red bed together, fuck's sake. They're watching Lake Placid on the gothic red bed together.
Okay.
As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door and Fug and the Mystery of Magic walked into school.
What?
Chapter 22.
Fug?
Fug.
Fudge and the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah. What's spell it? F-U-G. Fug. Author note. STFU preps. Stop flaming, okay? If you do not lick it, fuck off. I know it's Mr. Norris. It's Raven's fault, okay? 11. You suck, 1. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock preps suck, 1. Why did she put a lot of 1s in it, mate?
Why does she keep insulting her friend and then saying, just kidding?
Raven's her friend.
Yes.
Okay. Willow is her.
He's her character in
He's
the
her
story.
Right. Okay. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic.
The misery?
Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas.
Of course.
Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses.
Is she going to dress every single one of them?
We'll find out, won't we?
Oh, I can't do
Under
this.
that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
My god.
Since when the fuck was Simple Plan gothic? I'm sure they're like skater rock. And baggy black pants and Vans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Vans. Gothic's number one fucking shoe of choice.
Probably those check ones as well.
Yeah. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt.
Fuck me, I don't care.
and black jeans and a leather jacket.
Yeah.
He looked just like Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy.
See, the thing is, the actor who plays Draco Malfoy looks nothing like Gerard Way.
Yeah. The thing is, right, she's put this Gerard Way up on a fucking pedestal and he looks like a little rat. And, like, imagine your girlfriend now, like, saying, mate, you're so sexy, but not as sexy as this celebrity. And you're like, well, fuck off.
Innit?
You just leave her, wouldn't you? It's, like, very childish to have a
it's kind of
fucking celebrity crush that you think sexier than your actual boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was wearing a black MCR t-shirt, black jeans and leather jacket. Looked like just Gerard Way, blah, blah. Vampire looked like Joel Madden.
I don't know who that is. I don't care who that is.
B. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight, black, poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed all of her cleavage.
Clearage.
With a white apron that said, Bic. And other swear words.
We smoked cigarettes and drugs.
And then we said Bic and other swear words. Oh, God. Oh, it had other swear words and MCR lyrics on it. Kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once.
Cool.
Darkness, who is Jenny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace-up top thing and black pointy boots.
We need to... What?
Darkness, in brackets, who is Jenny, end brackets, was there too.
But she announced to everybody that was outside the door, and then now she's just decided another of her real-life friends needs to be in it. Is Jenny the one that's teaching her Japanese?
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know, mate. We can't expect continuity from this. Any good.
It's just so hard to follow.
Anyway, so she wore a lace-up top thing, black pointed boots. So were Crab and Goyle.
What? Stop adding people! How big is this corridor?
It turns out that Darkness, Diabolo, Crab and Goyle's dad... Why do they get gothic names? They're already too gothic. Crab and Goyle's dad was a vampire. Of course he fucking was. Basically, anyone who's a character of interest is a vampire.
Yeah.
He committed suicide by slitting his wrists with a razor.
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever read or seen anything featuring an actual vampire.
Except maybe Twilight.
No, because even in Twilight they can't die by just slitting their wrists.
I see. I didn't know that because I haven't read Twilight. Got him.
Got him. He had raped them and stuff before too.
Oh, wow.
They all got so depressed that they became gothic.
K.
Double F and a K. And converted to Stanism.
Stanism? All hail the mighty Stan.
Oh my fucking god, I yelled as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here? Inobe, something is really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice.
Jesus Christ.
I can't do a sexy
Suck
voice.
your own dick a bit more.
Oh, alright, I said, smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective?
Erective?
Erective? Why you're all being erective?
What?
Secretive. Missed out the S. I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow, and white foundation. Then I came... That's the end of this. That's the end of that bit. Then I came. Dot. Fucking full stop.
Yeah,
period.
she's done that before.
We all went outside the Great Hall. And I just pictured...
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
No, I was picturing Bryan Cranston's character from Malcolm in the Middle. He's called Hal. Yeah, the Great Hal, and looked in from a widow. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor, spelled like D-O-O-R at the end.
Yeah, I know.
And a Hilary Duff t-shirt. Oh wait, hang on, Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt.
What's so wrong about Hilary Duff, mate?
So,
Even when I was a young emo child, I liked to watch Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, because it was Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff t-shirt. So he put up our middle fingers at her. Great. Inside the Great Hall. Oh, points. We could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudged was there shouting at Dumbledore. Spell that right this time. Doris Rumbridge was there too.
Doris Rumbridge?
Yeah, I think it's Umbridge. Why? This cannot be, she shouted angrily. The school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry or Voldemort will kill your students. You fucking Alzheimer's. That's fucking deep. That's proper fucking depressing. Very well, Dumbledore said angrily. But, double T, we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school, and her name is... ...
Enemy.
Anoni Darkness, Dementia Ravenway.
Anoni?
Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. Was they even in that? I don't fucking know. Chapter 23.
Way.
Author note. Doet da fuck up because, one.
Because.
You're just jealous cause I got 10,000 revolves. One. Thanks to Raven for the help and telling me about the books, girl who rock. Let's go shopping together.
But Raven's clearly not helping her. What's wrong with this girl? I don't understand what's going on in her
Without
personal
Raven, it's just absolutely unintelligible. With Raven, it's watered down a bit. You can see through it a little bit.
Yeah.
You can't see what you were trying to look at, but there's a faint image there. The door opened and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumbledum and Rumbridge sawed us. Wow.
The sword is in her.
Sawed us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? Rumbridge shouted angrily.
Mr. Way?
No idea. Dumbledore blared at her. Oops, she made a mistake, he corrupted her. She means, hi everybody, come in. Well, we all came in angrily. So did all the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco, and opposite Bloody Mary, Crab and Goyle started to make some morbid jokes.
Darkness is Jenny, right? Not that matters, because I don't know who Jenny is either.
They both looked exactly like Vilvolo.
Excuse me?
Vilvolo?
Who's Vilvolo?
I don't know. I ate, spelled as a letter A, some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. Oh, she says shooting for a shot.
Yeah, she does.
I looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other. Vampire, Draco, WTF, I asked. You fucking bastard, yelled Draco. Vampire. I want to shit next to her. No, I do, shouted. That's it. No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, fuck you, motherfucker. She laves me, not you, shouted Vampire. And then he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv.
Jesus.
They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on his broomstick.
God, does he look exactly like Voldemort? And then it is Voldemort.
Well, she's still describing him. He's redundant, this next bit, but whatever. He had no nose and was wearing a grey robe. Just like I already said, he had no nose. Red eyes and no nose, she said. All the glass in the window he flew through, fell apart. Fucking hell.
Jesus.
Brittany, that fucking prep started to cry. Okay. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating.
I stopped eating.
Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort.
The room is on fire.
Ebony. Oh, Ebony. She got it right. I said Raven earlier as well when she spelled Raven. You read this for so long, words don't make sense. Darth Vader said heavily in his raspy voice, "Thou have failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well."
Wait, Darth Vader?
Darth Vader.
What?
If thou does not kill him before then, I shall kill Draco too. All she knows is thou.
If thou doth not.
Please don't make me kill him, please. No,
oh, please.
No, he laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away, cackling.
Cackling. Whirring.
I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came to contort me. Suddenly my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic. Alright, okay. As long as the time will look cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lighting flash and then...
Some lighting
flash and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco while Draco slits his wrist in a depressed way. Why slits his wrist in a depressed way as opposed to slitting your wrist in a completely fucking jolly off your head way? No, I screamed sexily. Suddenly I locked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony. You alright?
Oh.
Asked Draco in a worried voice. It's like, I think you're supposed to say, "Are you alright?" But it's like you spelled Shaw, and instead of pressing S, you pressed A.
Okay.
That's how you spell it.
Okay.
A-U-R-E, like... No, like Tim Allen. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's alright, Inobi. Said Vampire all sensitive. Everything's alright, Inobi. No, it's not, I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face.
Was that a Z?
Oh my fucking god. What if I'm getting possessed like in that Ring 2? Okay. It's okay, girl, said Bloody Mary. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though. Okay, Bick. I said real? Sadly, and then we went.
I said sadly.
Okay, Bick. Chapter 24.
Oh, the final chapter on this page.
Author notes. Prep, stop flaming the story, you jealous. So fuck you. Okay, go to hell. Raven, fags for the help.
Fags.
Well, we have deviation next, so I have to... So I got to ask Professor Trivolry about the visions. Konnichiwa! Everybody come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. Okay. She smelled at me with her gothic black lipstick.
I love how she's like, Konnichiwa, yeah, no Japanese, and then everybody come in, but in Japanese.
She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long, dead black hair with blood red tips and red eyes.
Hair's dead.
Maybe she means dreads? I don't know. Her mum was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks it and everything. She and Bloody Mirai get along great. Spelled great.
So happy for him.
She's really young for a teacher. Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and a long gothic black ripped dress. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong.
Who?
Fuck knows. I raised my hand.
Fuck. Can't beat me, hand.
I just constantly outstretched as you're running across the finish line. No, beat me again. Right. I raised my hand. I was wearing some black Nier polish with red pentagrams on it. What is it, Ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where do you get it? Hot Topic? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know what Hot Topic was gave me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it? Ho! About now. Okay, I said. Okay, class fucking dismissed everyone, Professor Trevolry said. And she let everyone go. Except for you, Brittany. She pointed at Brittany and some other preps. Please do exercise. Get it? 1 on page 3. Do exercise 1 on page 3. Spell exercise as like how you exercise.
Yeah, exorcism.
Fuck me. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried, is Draco gong to die?
Gong?
Gong to die. Well, she gave me a black cryptal ball.
Cryptal?
To lock in. I looked at it. What do you see? In the letter C, she asked. I said, I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Of course she fucking did. She fucking bleeds black gothic skulls and pentagrams. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy wearing a black leather facet.
Facet? What could that even be? Unless he's wearing a fucking faucet.
Jacket? I don't know. A black gothic Linkin Park t-shirt and black Congress shoes.
Congress shoes?
Yeah.
What's Congress shoes?
They must be using autocorrect, mate.
Congress shoes?
Yeah, they must have meant Converse.
Maybe they mean those like boat shoes with a buckle on the middle of it.
I don't know. Okay, you can go now. See you, cunt, said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together, and I was so exhibited.
Exhibited?
Chapter 25?
On that page?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought chapter 25 was last one on the page. Keep going.
Author notes. Stop flaming, okay?
Yeah, we get it.
If you do not, then I'll tell Justin to bet you up, and I'll tell all the nerds to put virtues in your viruses in your computer. One. Fuck you, one. Raven, thanks for the help.
Is Raven helping? Okay, it doesn't feel like Raven's helping, to be fair.
It does. That chapter where she wasn't helping me, I don't know what happened. I was looking at your blue eyes and just got lost. I was so excited. I followed Draco, wondering if we were going to do it again. We went outside, and then we went to Draco's black car. Ebony, what the fuck did Professor Trevolry say? Whispered Draco. Ebony, what the fuck did Professor Trevolry say? Whispered Draco, potting his gothic wit hand with black nail polish on me. Mine, even. She said she would tell me what the visions meant to Momo, to Romo even. To Romo? I grumbled in a sexy voice. How can you grumble sexily? That's an orgasm. He took out a heroin cabaret and spiked it.
Cabaret?
Yep. And gave it to me to Spock.
What? What is happening?
He started to
Did you write this on heroin?
I don't know, man. I don't know. So yeah, he took out a heroin cabaret and spiked it and gave it to me to Spock. He started to fly the car into a tree. We went to the top of it. Draco put on some MCR. And all the things that you never ever told me, and all the smiles that are ever going to haunt me, sang Gerard's sexy voice.
Oh, sorry.
Stop it. You do that every time night, almost now. Close to. Just stop it. We started tiling off each other's clothes.
Tiling off?
Fervently. fervently.
Fervently?
He took off my black thong and my black leather bar.
Bar. It's a censorship bar in leather.
He took of my... Oh, wait, sorry, I already said that. I took of his black boxers, then he put his throbbing you-know-what in my tool sexily.
Tool? Sorry, that's the wrong gender.
Oh my fucking god, Draco, I screamed, having an orgasm.
Oh, she's having one this time. She's not getting one.
She's having an orgasm. We started Frenching passively. Suddenly I fell asleep. What the fuck?
She's narcoleptic.
Yes, suddenly I fell asleep. Just like, oh my god. I started having a dream. In it, a black guy was shooting two gothic men with long black hair. Racism now.
Wow.
No, please don't fucking kill us, they pleaded, but he just kept shooting them. He ran away in a red car.
He ran away
in
a red car.
It's totally the Flintstones, mate. You're running in a car. Oh my fucking god, I shouted in a scared voice. Ebony, what's wrong? Draco asked as that. How many times is someone going to ask Ebony what's wrong?
What is wrong, Ebony?
Draco asked as I woke
for real,
opening my icy blue eyes. I thought eyes were red.
Who fucking knows, mate?
Whatever. I started to cry and tears of blood went down my face. I told Draco to call Vampire. He did it with his black Linkin Park mobile.
I didn't know they had a brand of mobile, to be fair.
Oh, fuck. But, Double T, the worst thing was who the people who were shot in the dream were. Lucian and Sirius. 111.
Lucian and Sirius.
That was the end of the chapter. Well, I can carry on if you want, or is that enough?
Oh, is that the end of the page?
It's the end of the page.
We'll leave it until next episode. Next page. Do you want to keep reading next time, or?
Yeah, go for it.
Nice. All right, thank you for listening. We really appreciate you. We proper lave that you listened to this.
We do lave it. And just make sure you get some orgasms over
get some orgasms.
Week. And make sure you throw your womb. Check your windows for Lupin masticating outside your window. You know, it's a cautionary tale. This,
definitely. Just a list of things you should look out for, basically.
Definitely. Like we said, thanks for listening. We'll catch you in the next episode.
You plug our shit on. Yeah, I will. You can find us on Twitter at UT2cast. You can find us on iTunes if you search Untitled-2 podcast. You can find us on our website, which is ut2cast.podbean.com, and you can find us on YouTube if you search Untitled-2 podcast. I mean, probably. Okay, bye.
Congratulations, that wasn't a complete shambles.